How do you get promoted? One tip is to volunteer in different departments throughout your organization so you can learn new aspects of the business and become a more valuable resource to your employer. In this episode of #Promoted, I'm featuring LauraLee Lambert, who is a traveler's insurance team member hired from VirtForce. She started as a personal sales counselor and achieved underwriter within 2 years. Let's hear exactly how LauraLee did that right now. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content like this one. Virtual employment is here to stay. I'm military spouse, VirtForce founder, and your remote work expert, Kimber Hill. Subscribe now to learn how you too can thrive in the virtual workforce.
So Travelers is actually really great about emailing out opportunities kind of to like the whole department. So I was in personal insurance sales previous to the role I'm in now, and they literally just sent out an email. I saw the opportunity and I jumped on it. VirtForce has just been really helpful. I mean, obviously I'm forever grateful that I found the role through VirtForce in the first place, my original role in sales. So once I saw the promotion and I put in my application for it, I started kind of just researching what information might be useful for me from the VirtForce kind of arsenal of information, if you will. So first thing I did was I went to the Facebook page and I used the search function and I searched for promotions. And I just looked up any kind of conversations that my peers were having about getting promoted and stuff to see what sort of insight people might have on, any recent promotions they might have had. Which I found helpful, just making kind of mental notes of things that people experienced in their own promotions. And then also I went through the list of podcasts. I used the Apple Podcast app on my phone and just went through and looked at which ones kind of spoke to me, which ones did I feel maybe I needed a little bit more help with. Like there was one in particular about interviewing on camera, stuff like that. And I just kind of picked through them and they come with transcripts. So I just skimmed the transcripts and found that useful information that I could kind of apply to myself. And yeah, ultimately, here I am, got the role. So my job title now is a personal insurance underwriter. So when your policy's coming up to expire, sometimes those policies get flagged at renewal and we have to review them again for eligibility. And it's a lot of like reviewing home inspections and claim photos and all that kind of stuff. So it's super interesting and very diverse. So I was hired as a sales counselor at Travelers in November of 2020, and I moved over to underwriting officially in April of 2022. That's about how long it took, minus the about 6 months I had in my training for sales, and I did do a little bit of an underwriting rotation before I officially moved over. So I have a bachelor's degree in interdisciplinary studies with an emphasis in elementary education. Ultimately, that was my goal when I had started in college, but military life did not allow me to finish the certification I needed to be a teacher. So anyway, that's my educational background. But as far as my work experience, it's kind of diverse. I started out working in restaurants and retail. So I've got a lot of customer service under my belt. I've got bartending and, things like that. But I've got experience in schools as well as a teacher's assistant, teacher's aide, education assistant, just basically working with special needs students and that kind of thing. And I did do insurance before Travelers as well. Before I met my husband, before I joined the military life, I was a commercial insurance account manager for an independent agency. So I did come to Travelers with about 4 years of insurance experience. So underwriting is very kind of thought intensive, if that makes any sense. There's a lot of analyzing data, a lot of analyzing, information and reports and things like that. So I definitely bring a lot of analytical thinking to the role, along with a lot of organizational skills, because you've got probably 15 different things going at one time. So it's really, really important to stay organized and really stay on top of the tasks that you have. So I would say that those are probably the two most important things that I bring. Oh my gosh, I really had to think about this one. But the hardest question that I was ever asked, I think, was, why is being a leader important to you? And that question just threw me for a loop. I was not expecting that question. So I really, really stumbled through it. But I think ultimately I said something along the lines of that I'm passionate about the work that I do, and I really strive to be the best that I can at any role that I'm in. And I like, once I get to that point that I feel like I am good at my job, I like to reach out and help others so that they can also be good at their job, because I really feel and believe that being good at your job makes your job more enjoyable. Like, it's just not fun to show up to work and struggle through your day. So, the better you can be at what you're doing, I think the better off you'll be in the long run. And so for me, being a leader is kind of helping others find that in themselves. The underwriting rotation that I had mentioned earlier, and what that rotation is they'll send out an email, just like for a promotion, just saying, hey, we have a rotational opportunity if anyone is interested. And it's essentially just a chance to get to try out the job to see if you like it, while helping out a department who's maybe, a little bit busier than ours at the time, which is what the circumstance was. So back in October of 2021, I got to do that for 3 months. And it was kind of like a diet underwriting position where I didn't have the full roles as a normal underwriter, just kind of like baby roles in that position. But it was a great foot in the door to actually getting this position as a full-time underwriter.
LauraLee, we love your career progression at VirtForce. The VirtForce internal core team, you are a hot topic with us when we're looking at success stories and we're looking at career continuity and retention, but also progression. So keep going. We want to see you continue to climb the career ladder. You've got a bunch of cheerleaders over here at VirtForce.